The 12th of November 2019. Welcome to New Vision TV News. I am Marithina Seja. These are the stories making news this hour. Now, the planned visit by President Museveni in Tororo district late this month has left residents anxiously waiting to listen from him for amicable solution to Tororo conflict. The president is expected to grace the fundraising drive for the construction of All Saints Church Kwapa in Tororo County and Soni Kaija in West Wudama North constituency on the 30th of November. The president will be in Soni Kaija, Kirewa sub-county in the morning, and in the afternoon he will grace the All Saints Church of Uganda function Kwapa in the afternoon beginning at 3 p.m. The principal private secretary to the president, Nowe Moli Kamukama, in a letter addressed to the Tororo County South Member of Parliament, Frederick Angura, dated 29th October 2019, urged the legislator to prepare accordingly to receive the president on that date. The function comes at a time when residents of Tororo County have been anxiously waiting for the president to resolve on the dispute with West Wudama over the location of Tororo municipality by granting them their self-autonomy as requested since 1998. The request for self-autonomy arose out of alleged marginalization by residents of West Wudama County in resource allocation due to their majority numbers in council and the need to bring services closer to the people as it is the NRM government policy. We move on to a story in India where the Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, has cited extreme poverty, lack of education, conflict and instability as the drivers of child labor in the world. Kadaga noted that in a home where the basics of life cannot be met, children become part of the labor force to sustain the family, and that is partly why children work at stone crushing sites, factories, and as domestic labor. The Speaker was presenting a paper to Chief Justices of the world on the topic combating child labor in modern societies, a challenge towards the welfare of humanity and future generations. The justices are meeting in Lucknow, India, from the 6th to the 12th of November, that is tomorrow, for the 20th International Conference of Chief Justices of the World organized by the City Montessori School. Kadaga proposed that to combat the vice, governments should take bold steps to enact legislation on child labor and for world leaders to make commitments to the enforcement of the conventions of the rights of the children.
We need to acknowledge that child labor does exist within the context of extreme poverty, absence of any or quality education, conflicts and instability, as well as involuntary migration, amongst other things. If one were to ask any of the children in the refugee camps why they are in a different country, they don't know the reason. They moved because the situation became difficult. At the domestic level, in many families where the basic needs of life cannot be met, children become part of the labor force to sustain the family. That is why sometimes we see children within families working at stone crushing sites. I was once watching the CNN and I saw a family, a lady with her 7 children, all engaged in stone crushing, some as young as 3 years, and all of them were contributing to family labor. Therefore, we need to address it. Now, it's a bit different again in the rural areas of Africa. Children almost automatically become part of the domestic labor force. For example, where families are engaged in agriculture, children get engaged because it's the livelihood of that family. They must work, contribute even to their school fees. In some of those circumstances, it is difficult to draw a line between forced labor and family occupation. I think it's something we need to study and address. But more important, we need to address the issue of legislation in our countries. How many of our countries have specific legislation on child labor? The children reminded us about the Convention for the Rights of the Child. But how many of our countries have actually picked up crucial issues and enacted law on them? Okay, if we have the legislation, how is it being enforced? Have we trained the officials to supervise the implementation? Have we sensitized the communities about the rights of child labor? For instance, if one were to talk about the minimum age of a child being in labor, how do we ascertain the age of that child? When I was growing up, one's age for school was established by putting the left hand over the head to read the right. If you read the right, you're ready for school. That's what it was. I'm saying this because now we are in the digital era. How many children actually have national IDs? How do you ascertain the age of the child whom you find in a factory? So we need to address the issue of identification.
Coming back to Uganda, in Jinja district, in an effort to improve the reading culture in Jinja district, a mobile library service has been introduced in the rural neighborhood. When the New Vision visited Igombe village on Monday, a bicycle rider traversing village pathways told along a metallic case with an assortment of reading materials for locals to read. Once in a while, he would stop at border stages, school compounds, market zones to enable people read, and the safety of tree shades or verandas. Now, Maria Mujoma, a resident, appreciated the service, saying it is of great help to those who rarely get time to visit a library and read. According to Issa Maganda, the librarian, the initiative started last year at the rural-based Nambi Sempunya Community Resource Center in Igombe Village, Buwenge Sub-County, and it targets readers of all ages. Closing off the news this hour is a story from South Africa, where South Africa's troubled state-owned airline on Monday announced a restructuring service that could affect 944 employees and lead to job losses. South African Airways, SAA, is deep in debt and has been struggling despite several government bailouts. Finance Minister Tito Mboweni announced on February that the government would reimburse the company's 9.2 billion rand debt, around $620 million, over the next 3 years. Now, South African Airways has informed all its 5,146 employees that it is embarking on a restructuring process which may lead to job losses. It said the carrier faced numerous challenges, including insufficient revenue, volatile fuel prices, and a mounting debt. That is all I had for you this hour. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch more news updates and other programs here on New Vision TV by visiting our website, which is newvision.co.ug/video. You can also follow us on social media. Facebook is the New Vision, Twitter is @NewVisionY, Instagram is @NewVisionY, and our YouTube channel is New Vision TV. Catch up with me on my Twitter handle. I am Ruth the Voice. Thank you for watching.